whatever.
All right, good evening, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. This is a Turkey Day edition of the Alan Lee Swami Prediction Show, episode 12. As always, with me here is Dr. Alan Lee. Alan, how are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Good. We're waiting for a non-turkey feast, hopefully. And today we have a very special guest. Mr. George Shi is here.
Hello.
George, how are you?
Doing good.
Doing good. So, it's a new segment where we're gonna pick George's brain on his roster construction. And I realized we didn't show Tyann his original roster last time. So this time we'll show George's his post-draft roster, so he can talk us through sort of the thinking and the strategy behind that. All right. All right. So let's keep going. We'll make it a fast one because I want you to get to your families. Okay. So last week was an exceptionally great week for Ellen. 5-1. So bringing the season total to 32 to 28, a 53% clip. So it's no longer, if you noticed, a coin flip show. It's back to the Swami show again. So
yes, I am not worthy.
So would you say what happened, man? I told you not to pick me. Look at this.
No, I think I should start like picking against myself, because every time I pick against myself, I win. I should purposely do that.
See, you're jinxing yourself, Alan. I'm telling you, you're the jinx.
I'm the jinx.
But Alan, but you have to notice the power.
But I got everyone right.
I know, but notice the power of the auto drafter. He can be the second lowest scoring team and still win. Eke out a win of the lowest scoring team. I think Yaz got it lucky. But I think at some point last week we were talking about how Freak has more wins than number of transactions. So
that's right.
That is incredible.
That trend is continuing after this week.
That is incredible, man. He's just hustling us. He is hustling us.
He's awesome.
All right. So, and then as we always do, we could do a quick look at the waivers. I think not much. So as we talked about, $26 for Latavius Murray, $22 for Samaja Perine. I mean,
well, come on, it's week 11. There's only what, five more weeks. You gotta spend your money somewhere.
So Ellen,
Latavius Murray is a good one, right? Melvin Gordon got released. He's the man.
Yeah, but Latavius Murray sucks. He was in the practice squad.
Right? Well, that's why I thought like James Conner sucked, and look what he did last year. He killed me. I dropped him, and oh gosh. So he can suck, but then you can just fall into the end zone by luckiness.
Yeah.
By pure volume.
I think it's an interesting thing, right? I think waiver wire basically at the end, you're not gonna find impact players, right? So you gotta find them like early on.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's stop sharing this, and then we'll continue on with our weekly matchups. And then I think this time I want to get George. George, you're welcome to pipe in anytime. Because I think this week we're gonna start with let me share my screen here. All right. So share screen. Here we go. All right. So Ellen, the first match of the day is Stuttgart and the Crusher. And I want to give you the entire Stuttgart and the Crusher. Go.
Okay. Yeah, I think like Jack is probably gonna win because I'm just looking at Mahomes, and McLaurin, Amari Cooper scored like 30. Watson like scored like 22 weeks in a row. He's basically Aaron Rodgers' guy. Yeah. Jacobs and Harris. My God, I never thought one day I would say this. Harris is actually doing great. He scored 30 last week. So right now, like Jack's team's on fire. Precious team, like Herbert's still playing with that injury. Damian Pierce scored 3 points. He's just such a horrible offense. I just don't think and then Jeff Wilson obviously still splitting carries with what is his name? Moser, that George is about to drop. so yeah, I don't think Crusher is gonna win. What do you think,
but Crusher has Tyreek Hill, man.
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill anytime.
Yes, yeah.
Jeff Wilson can explode.
But Buffalo offense is gonna explode this week. It's against Detroit, man.
Gabriel, well, that's the thing. Once you score a certain point, they stop throwing, right? So it's gonna be your guy. You should start Devin Singletary.
It's actually interesting because I think Josh Allen's elbow is really a problem.
It
So,
is. He's
but
not going to throw that much. They're going to protect him. So
no,
game
no,
game
no,
is not going to do much.
no. I mean, I think this is going to be a close game, but I agree with you. Jack just has too many. Like the running backs are unexpectedly doing a lot.
Yeah,
Jacobs and now
Harris. My
Harris is
God.
coming back
Oh
from
no,
a.
no, Jacobs did nothing last week.
He did
He
nothing
scored
last week.
10.
He he
Oh,
he,
let's
he
see. Dude, he had 24.
17.
24.
Come on, that's not
That's
nothing.
not
17
nothing.
5. I would take the any day, dude, George. You just like you got pampered with ETN, okay, who scored 30 for you every week.
That's not nothing.
Dude,
Man.
Etienne
That's
does
not
not.
nothing.
Dude,
That's not nothing. So I think and it's pretty good, right? Komet may continue to score touchdowns. Miami defense is probably gonna destroy Houston, right? Because then Houston starting some random dude whose name I don't know. So
Yes.
like this may be, but okay. So who are you picking? Jack, stud gun,
Jack,
right? Okay,
right? We
all
agree.
right, all right. The next game is the Hustler team versus Food Warriors. All right.
Freak. Let me
Oh,
see.
dude, he's just flexing, man. He's leaving a bench spot and he's killing an extra kicker.
This is my this is my upside of the week, dude. I do not think with his construction right now, I don't know what he's gonna do, but like obviously Mixon is still like in concussion. He hasn't have practiced for the whole week yet, so he might not even play. You know how concussion is right now, right? Kareem
Yeah.
Hunt is a running back 3, so versus Christian McCaffrey, are you kidding me? He's like the best running back there is. James Conner, like I said, he falls into the end zone regularly. Slayton is the best, receiver in the Giants. Could Sutton score like double digit 2 weeks in a row. Hopkins, what can I say? Kevin, look, you gave McCaffrey and Hopkins away. I just noticed, and they're
But
like
notice
the
the record. Notice
cornerstone
the record. It
for
doesn't matter.
Warriors.
You know,
My God.
hey, Alan, this is not the time to this is a different situation. But you know
Okay,
why I had to
yeah,
blow my team up? Because people got injured
that's
for the
true.
season.
That's true.
So,
But you probably agree with me, right? Josh Allen is not going to score 26 at
I
Detroit
don't know,
if
dude.
he's
I
still
think
no, he
healthy.
is. No, I think
no,
he
he
has
is.
scored
He
more than
is.
26.
But the thing is, nobody can reach
Mhm.
Calvin. So, I think yeah, he can take the hit. He's the only one that's made the playoffs. So I think he's just tuning up, right? You don't want to peak too early. So he's trying
Mhm.
to save his bullets. But I do agree with you. This is a flex though. 2 kickers and one bench
Mhm.
spot open.
And he still has Melvin Gordon 3, like who's like not even playing.
Hey,
So he
if he
should
picks,
really
if he goes on a
lock
good team,
Melvin
it's good.
Gordon.
It's kind of like Darrell
No,
Henderson. He went to the
no one's
Jackson.
going to get him.
Darrell Henderson went to
No,
Jacksonville, and now he's gonna start taking carries away from ETN.
I
That's
don't
what
know, man.
happens. So anyway,
So is
okay,
Okay.
that where he went?
what?
I didn't even know Joe Henderson went to the Jags.
Yeah, he's in the Jags, I think. Okay, so you're gonna pick food.
Food
Who you?
Warriors.
Okay,
Upset of the league.
okay,
Food
outside of the
Warriors.
week. All right,
One,
write it down. Write it down. Okay, and next is Bow's team and Pacemaker. All right,
Bow's
this
team,
one is gonna be
Pacemaker.
this is a studly team, man. These two teams are really good.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go against Devontae Adams. He's been blowing up. Have you been watching the Raiders game? He's like
Yeah.
that guy is insane, Oh, and Christian Kirk, I lost to him like I was leading by 20 points playing against Bao, and then Christian Kirk scored 30. So I was like, so I
But
know
but
Christian Kirk is
Alan,
awesome.
this is Justin Tucker who can score 20 by himself. Eckler who can score 40 by himself. Right? Keenan Allen is back. Chris Godwin is back. Kirk Cousins is pissed off because he lost. So,
Mhm.
Yeah,
know.
no. But
But
the
he's
other
just
team has Kelsey.
yeah,
Oh, that's
Kelsey.
oh,
You don't bet against that,
Kelsey
dude.
will blow up.
Yes, that's like an unfair advantage. Kelsey is in a world of his own. It's so unfair. I mean,
And
When
that's
Aaron
is
like
Jones
30
is
points right
good.
there.
when is he gonna start aging, man? He is
Oh,
old. When is he gonna
and
start aging,
please,
dude?
I am gonna pick
Not the season.
because I'm picking Bao. Bao, please switch him to Jamal Williams. What are you doing? Antonio Gibson is not gonna score more than Jamal Williams. So I'm
Wait,
assuming
I
Jamal
agree.
Williams is gonna be replaced into the Antonio Gibson spot.
oh, he's
So
playing Gibson instead of Jamal. Well, it's
I
Buffalo
know
defense, man. It's Hey, I'm
doesn't
not going
matter.
against Bao after he won last year, man. So,
That's
he
true.
knows what he's doing. But
Mhm.
all right, so you're picking Bao then?
thinking about Kirk Cousins
Okay.
just look
All right.
horrible. My God.
Moving on. This is your game of the week. You and Danny's team. Up and coming
Me.
team, man. Danny's
Okay.
kicking butt.
I
Again, I have my
am
fingerprints on this team too.
well, I am just gonna go with a healthy team, right? Well, our projection is basically almost like 5 point. That's nothing.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna
projections are
say
not-
I assume Debo Samuel is gonna be limited. He's like what I think he pulled a hemi, and Lamar Jackson right now he's also hurt with a hip flexor. So my team's healthy, his is not. So I'm just gonna go with a healthy team. So I'm actually gonna pick myself this week. Try to go for that 6-0
You're gonna jinx yourself, dude.
prediction.
I thought you said you were gonna pick against yourself so you can win.
Well, but then Mark Andrews also, he's getting healthy, and that's an unfair advantage right there.
But
And
you
Tony
forget
Pollard is
there's
just like,
Alvin
wow,
Kamara and Derrick Henry, who both can score 40 by themselves each.
that's true. But against San Francisco, I don't think New Orleans is going to do that much. Seriously, they're going to be behind, and Kamara doesn't not going to rush that much. He might catch some passes, but 14 is probably the maximum he's going
Did
to
you
score
watch
against
Justin
San
Jefferson
Francisco.
last time? He scored nothing. You're gonna score more
I
again?
know. That's why he's going to be pissed, right? So he's probably going to score tons today.
Do NFL players get paid to come back and score? I wonder what
We'll
happened to
see.
Lamar Jackson. But you can also see I have imprints on Danny's team, Lamar Jackson and T. Higgins. But I think these are very strong teams actually, and you'll meet again in the playoffs, I think. But
Well, we'll see who's going to win like by tomorrow because I have 3 players playing tomorrow. So if I get 0-0-0, I'm going to lose.
but see,
So we'll see.
you have the triple stack for the Cowboys, so
Yes,
that is actually quite remarkable.
we'll see.
All right, so you're picking Danny? No, you're picking yourself.
No, I'm picking myself. Yes.
Is it lock of the week though?
Go Polar. Go Polar.
Is it?
This is not. This is
not
no
lock
way
of the
locked of the week.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, so wait, this is lock of the week. The next game is
Yes. Lock
Bacchus
is
and
key.
Tensai.
Cayenne. Yeah, it seems like I'm just gonna pick Tensai's like lock of the week from now on. So this is gonna be like Eric, right? Look at Eric. Olave,
Well, he's probably gonna
Brown,
play Calvin Murray. I think he's healthy.
Ayuk. They're like all wide receiver ones. Like Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, running back 1. Looking at the other side, Thielen, Gallup. They're like wide receiver 4 or 3. Well, Smith is probably wide receiver 2, so he doesn't have wide receiver 1. So Ty is in trouble.
Oh man,
And like in my other league, I just traded Swift away. So my opinion about Swift. That guy is just like not dependable.
but he's healthy, right? Or is he not healthy?
I don't know.
I don't think
He's just
it doesn't matter if he's healthy. They're gonna be a little careful with him.
yes.
Yeah,
he gets
but
hurt
like
too easily.
I don't know. You're playing Buffalo. He's not gonna do anything. Jamal Williams is an average runner, man. I don't know why you play him that much, but he's scoring. So
Yep. He's
yeah,
like
I think
he's the thunder. He's like strong.
Well,
Yeah.
if Detroit is down, then it's gonna be all Swift,
that's true.
and
Actually,
the likelihood that Detroit's gonna be down very high.
high. So you never know. Swift will have a breakout game.
Nah, I'm still calling this lock of the week.
All right. That's good. And then the last game is Georgia's my game. Oh, I can tell you Georgia's gonna win this one handily. Look at this.
No,
I will let Alan, you can go.
See. Yep, I think I mean if I were to have 2 chances for lock of the week, I would give this a lock of the week.
Okay, you can have to. It's your show, man. All right, lock of the week too.
I think geez, it's just like Georgia's Tua right now. I think he's the highest rated quarterback right now in the league. And then with Sun God being healthy, Lazar being the number 1 option, number 2 option for Green Bay,
Green Bay's
just don't see.
Sucks. Right, he has Diggs. Pickens is number 1 in Pittsburgh. Joe Burrow is like cigar smoking Burrow. He's like 5 TDs.
I mean, so your team is pretty good, Kevin, but I just don't see any team can be like the combination of ETN and Chubb and Locke and Diggs.
Well, you have to think.
Imagine. I might not even start Etienne. I might be starting Singletary.
No way.
Hey,
I
Alan,
don't know.
Alan, but
See, that's
imagine
your
that.
luxury, right? Being such a
Yeah,
good team.
yeah, but Alan, you have to imagine the alternate universe where I have Cup and Brees Hall. That's a different ball game. There we go. So,
Yes,
and
yes.
Zach Ertz, it's a very different ball game. But that's the way it is,
Yes.
right?
Yep. You have to start like the tight end, Denver tight end,
Yeah,
because of
you
all
have
the
to
injuries
do
you had.
what you can. There's nothing else you can do. But that's why I think
Hmm.
it's really interesting that and actually I did get a tight end from you last week, Pitts. And
Yes,
immediately went
it seems
immediately
like
went
every
to
player
IR.
you touch gets injured, Kevin. What's up with you this year? You
So
have the most like people in
I mean,
IR.
heck, I have someone
If I were a
IR right
football
now.
football
Marquise
player,
Brown's on IR.
I know. Well, he's coming back though, so your team will be strong. Once you're in the
Well,
playoff, then your team
yeah,
will be pretty good.
it won't make a difference. I'm gonna keep sinking until you're out of the playoffs, and then it won't matter. But it's fun. It's okay. That's why I like, we were talking about this last week. The only person left on my draft is Barkley, and I'm trying to actively trade him.
That's right.
So it's super fun. But George, let's bring up your lock of the week is George, yes? Second lock of the week,
Yes, George
right?
is George.
Okay.
Second lack of the week.
So let's look back at George's team because I want to take the opportunity to really like pick his brain. All right, George. So here's your team. George, you with us here? We're wrapping up here. So
Yeah, can you hear me?
walk us through sort of the thought process behind your draft this year. So see whether we can learn something about it. Um, so go ahead. So
Well,
you did it right.
let's take a look at how many people I
Yeah.
still have.
Well, huh.
No, let's take a look. I still have Chubbs,
Yeah.
Diggs. I have
ETN.
Etienne,
Yeah.
Singletary.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
that's good. But
Mhm.
those
So,
are big guns. You have your big guns still, right?
Mhm.
And you did it
uh,
correctly. You had $0 left. So that's the right way to do auctions. You did it correct.
Mhm.
So what was the thinking, dude? Let's hear it. Is he still here? Oh,
thinking is you want to. I mean, yeah, right nowadays receivers are top notch. You got to get a top one.
Yes. You got two.
Stephon Diggs, Stephon Diggs, and at that time, Mike Evans was decent.
Mhm.
yeah.
So
So would you say you went basically one RB1 and then one wide receiver one and one wide receiver 1B, basically,
Mhm.
right?
yeah,
And
hmm
then you also
because I mean,
paid up for
the thought.
a tight end though. So you actually covered everything,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I tried to get a good tight end, but then this tight end didn't work out because he got injured and
Mhm.
Prescott got injured, and so that didn't help. So
Yeah,
that kind of that was a wasted amount.
but see, your team is strong because you have the foundations in the receiving. You have to have a receiver. That I'm convinced this year. But maybe it's an anomaly because I think the switch to 0.5 PPR has been better. So really increases the value of people like ETN and
Mhm.
Singletary who can catch pass in
Well,
the backfield.
to be honest, I mean, if you have one good running back and two good receivers, you can build your team off of that, assuming nobody gets hurt.
Very true.
Well, you
You
can't
can
assume
always lean on a
everybody
running
gets
back
hurt.
later.
Yeah. So that's the question, right? Can you get
Yeah,
a better running back
yeah.
off waivers or a receiver? I think running back, man. Because I think it's hard to get a good receiver off waivers. That's why we keep dropping and swapping and all this crap.
Mhm.
We
Yep.
can't find it, right?
Like
Yeah, I mean,
receiver
the,
usually don't get hurt. So if you get a receiver, you're set. So that's why
Yeah, unless
I
you're
think
Cooper
George's
Cup.
strategy is good. Well,
well, no, I mean, but the Cooper Cup, he did well for the time that he
yes,
was
for 10
No,
weeks.
available.
but he's hurt now, right? So
Well,
I feel like running backs
but
go out a ton, right? Running backs probably do end up, losing quite a bit. But I think actually it's quite interesting to look back at this because then you see what their values were. And you called ETN early. You paid a lot for ETN,
Mhm.
even though he hadn't played it down. So I think you hit
well,
it.
I believed in his potential, but
Yeah,
then
Yep.
that's good.
but in doing that, I mean, but then after that, I really have no. I was lucky to be able to pick up Singletary. for that
Yes.
much.
Yeah, see,
For
that
four.
is a great pick. Singletary was a great pick, and I think this is
But
the
I mean, but I think but one thing that definitely was a big surprise was the quarterbacks this year was not as deep as everybody thought.
Well, that's why you had Mike Evans, and you got a top 3 quarterback in Burrow. So that's why you drafted well, I think.
yeah.
Well, no, I was able to let Mike Evans go because I was lucky because I picked up Lockett since you didn't want them.
Yes,
Alan.
I should not have dropped Lockett. I was too impatient.
So I think that's one thing too. I think that depending on how you are, your team is faring. You could afford to be either patient or you can just be, you just cut bait early.
Yeah, see, I think this
So
is probably going to be the prototypical one, which is going to drive up the prices of wide receivers,
Next year.
right? Because I think that's going to be but you can just auto draft like a freak. You don't have to worry about it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Actually, let me just to close our session because I know it's a little late. I want to look at it. See, look at this, man. 9 wins, 8 moves. Amazing.
You
Absolutely.
have 61 moves.
I
Whoa.
told you. But look at this. You just beat down, biggest beat down. I have the highest score against ever, like of all time.
Evans.
Of all
Oh
time.
wow, 1256.
Well,
That's a lot.
I think Jack is not far behind with 1237, but
I mean, if you look at me, I'm not far behind too.
Look at me,
That's
I'm like
true.
200 behind.
Yeah. That's true.
200 behind. Oh yeah. See that just is like that's what requirements. It's just strength of schedule. It's just kind of like how lucky you get.
How lucky you get,
Honestly, I've been unlucky too. Kevin's not lucky too. But at least Kevin's luckier than I am. At least he has one more win than I do.
Well, I don't know about. Well, I think that's because I had Lamar Jackson when he was hot, the first 3 weeks. So if you take now, I would probably not take Lamar over Tua.
So yeah, I think that's a good trade for you. You won.
Well,
that
it's
trade.
not about winning, right? It's about trying to benefit both teams. That's what trades are. But I think you can only plug a leaking boat so many times. Like last week, right? Herbert went, Ertz went, and somebody else went. Who else went? Cup. They all went like 3 at a time. You can't win. What can you do, right? To do the best you can. And it's fun. I think for the most part, people are cordial enough, and it's a good group of people that we play with, and and Tyan is a good sport, even though he's really like one. He hasn't scored 1,000 points yet.
10.
He really hasn't scored over 1,000 yet.
Wow.
No, dude, 957. So.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man, the Swift guy is just like sinking in.
Yeah, I think. Well, he had Swift and Waller for a while, right? And
yeah, Waller.
If you keep coming in and out of the lineup, that's not good. Like that.
Yeah, they give him like 1 point and then they get hurt.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
All right. Well, that'll be a wrap. Thank you, George, for joining, and thank you, Ellen, as always. Maybe this week you'll go 6-0.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah.
6-0.
Well, hope don't jinx me now.
No, and then have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll revisit next week. All right.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Have a good